You can feel it, can't you? The air around you is heavier, not with burden, but with expectation. There's something coming, something undeniable, something that your spirit has sensed long before your eyes could see. This is not the time to play small. Chosen one, what's coming next can't be hidden, because heaven has placed its spotlight directly on you. People around you are going to start noticing something different, not because you said anything, but because your presence is shifting atmospheres. You're not trying to shine. You were called to. What you carry isn't meant to blend in, it's meant to interrupt patterns, break cycles, and reveal truth. God didn't keep you in the shadows to punish you. He kept you hidden because you were still being built. But now you're ready. And what He's about to reveal through you can no longer be concealed. This is the moment that your preparation meets prophecy. All the nights of uncertainty, all the prayers whispered through tears, all the internal battles you fought silently, none of it was wasted. God was shaping a vessel that wouldn't crack under pressure. He was crafting a soul that wouldn't seek validation from man, but would stand bold in divine confidence. The spotlight isn't here to glorify you, it's here to glorify the one who sent you. You'll start seeing people respond to you differently. Some will be drawn magnetically without understanding why. Others will feel uncomfortable in your presence and back away, confused by a light they can't control. Don't let either distract you. You were born for this moment. You were chosen before the pain. You were appointed before the platform. And now it's time for the unveiling. Heaven's spotlight doesn't seek perfection, it seeks obedience. That's what separated you. Not that you were better, louder, or more talented, but that when others wanted the crowd, you wanted God. When others chased validation, you chased truth. And that's what made you different. That's what made you chosen. And now it's your time not to impress people, but to impact destiny. There will be people who suddenly remember your name. Don't be surprised. There will be opportunities you didn't apply for. Don't question it. There will be moments where favor finds you in places you've never even been. Don't shrink. You've been anointed for this. You didn't manipulate your way here. You didn't compromise to get in the room. This is what happens when heaven opens a door and says, now. The power in your voice, the glow in your spirit, the clarity in your steps, it's all increasing now. Because your life is becoming a sign, a living, breathing example of what happens. When someone refuses to give up, they thought you were finished. But what they didn't know is that God was just getting started. You'll walk into places that once overlooked you, and they won't even recognize who you've become. And that's not pride, it's prophecy fulfilled. God said you'd be the head and not the tail. He said He'd prepare a table before you in the presence of those who doubted you. And He's doing just that, not to prove your worth, but to prove His word. This spotlight isn't coming because of what you posted or who you networked with. It's coming because of what you survived, what you endured silently, the tests you passed when no one was watching, the character you kept when it would have been easier to give in. The light that's shining on you now was developed in the darkness you didn't deserve. Some of you watching this have felt like your story was forgotten, that your time had passed, that maybe you missed it. Let me tell you something. God doesn't make mistakes. Delayed does not mean denied. Hidden doesn't mean forgotten. If God is still waking you up, He's still working through you. And If he's spotlighting you now, it means the world needs what you carry. You were not born for the background. You were not designed to be a side note. You were crafted by the Creator to lead, and not lead in arrogance, but in anointing. Not to chase platforms, but to walk in power. This is your revealing moment, and it won't be quiet. What's coming will outgrow your current surroundings. Some people won't understand it. Some people won't celebrate it. That's okay. You weren't called to be understood. You were called to move. You're not here to explain. You're here to radiate. God's glory is going to do the talking. His favor is going to answer every critic. His presence in your life will silence every rumor. And through it all, your job is simple. Stay aligned. Stay humble. Stay prayerful. Because heaven is lifting you not just in opportunity, but in visibility. Your next chapter isn't about finding the light. There's no more dimming, no more apologizing for your gifts, no more shrinking to make others feel comfortable. The oil on your life is not random. It came at a price. And now it's time for the world to see what heaven already knew. You are a kingdom representative, and the King has decided to put you on display. This spotlight will not be soft. It's not meant to gently place you on a stage. It's meant to shine so bright that even the blind spots of your past cannot hide the glory of your future. Everything that tried to keep you in the shadosphere, shame, rejection, it's losing its grip now, because God is stepping in, pulling the curtain back, and saying, "This one is mine. Watch what I do through them." You're stepping into seasons that were spoken over you years ago. Things you wrote in your journal in pain are now becoming realities in peace. The doors that wouldn't open before weren't locked. They were just waiting for your spirit to catch up to your assignment. And now that you've grown into the version of yourself that can handle what's coming, heaven is saying, now it's time. You won't need to knock this time. The door will swing wide. You won't have to explain this time. Your fruit will do the speaking. You won't need to compete, compare, or beg for room, because what God is doing through you is custom made. Nobody can take it. Nobody can imitate it. Nobody can block it, because it's not man-made. It's divine. This is why the warfare was so intense. The enemy always attacks what he fears. And make no mistake, he feared you becoming aware of who you really are. He tried to convince you that you were broken beyond repair, that your delays meant you were disqualified. But now, as the spotlight falls on your life, all those lies begin to crumble. You didn't miss your moment. You are the moment. And don't think for a second that this is just about material success or status. This is about impact, about breaking chains in people just by being in the same room, about opening your mouth and setting captives free, not with your opinion, but with your anointing. God has refined your voice. You don't just talk, you release. You don't just share, you shift. And the world needs that now more than ever. That's why you couldn't stay in small thinking. That's why the old environments became uncomfortable. You were never meant to live a life of survival and silence. You were born to move atmospheres. And now heaven has aligned the timing, the people, the provision, the platform. It's all falling into place because you've proven yourself in private. And now God is about to reward you in public. Get ready for people to be confused, for them to ask, when did this happen? For them to say, how did you get here? And you'll have only one answer: God did it. No tricks, no shortcuts, no compromising, just obedience, just faith, just relentless surrender when it made no sense to keep going. That's the kind of vessel heaven shines on. That's the kind of soul God trusts with influence. Some will try to attach themselves to you now that the light is here. That's not your concern. Let God handle who stays and who fades. Your job is to protect the oil. Don't pour it everywhere. Don't explain yourself to people who only want access, not alignment. This next chapter is for the disciplined, not the distracted. Your time is valuable now. Your spirit is expensive. Your words carry weight. Guard it all. The glow on you isn't just for show. It's evidence of the fire you walked through and survived. It's the result of endurance, not ego. When people look at you and say there's something about them, what they're seeing is the residue of the secret place, the mark of someone who's been with God. The light isn't just external, it's eternal, and it will only get brighter. You'll start noticing how even your steps feel guided now. You'll walk into places and feel an invisible pull, as if destiny is calling you by name. That's not coincidence, that's alignment. You've shifted. You're no longer seeking the path you are, the path for others. Your testimony, your journey, your scars, they're all about to speak louder than you ever could. And people will find healing just by witnessing your rise. And still, through it all, stay rooted. Stay low before God, even as He elevates you before people. Because that's where your true power comes from. Not the applause, not the numbers, not the spotlight, but the source. Never lose sight of the source. Your power is not in the platform, it's in your posture. Stay yielded, stay soft, stay dangerous in prayer. What's coming next can't be hidden because it was never meant to be. You are a city on a hill, a lamp that can't be covered. God is using your life as a demonstration. And when heaven chooses someone to demonstrate, never random, it's always intentional. Your name was written into this moment. You were made for it.